A self-described straight shooter, the title of his best-selling memoir. Some may call Stephen A. Smith a charismatic maverick. Others may refer to him as loud and bombastic. However you describe him, he's fine with it. Just don't do it to discount the work he's put in to getting where he is today. He was a sports-obsessed kid who faced struggles, from undiagnosed dyslexia to getting enough food to fill his belly. As a basketball player at Winston-Salem State University, he got a glimpse of his true calling when he wrote a newspaper column arguing for the retirement of his own Hall of Fame coach, Clarence Gaines. Stephen started his career as an intern at the Winston-Salem Journal. It would take 14 years of hustle with a variety of stops, including the New York Daily News and the Philadelphia Inquirer, before hosting his own show at ESPN. Just 4 years later, he was fired from ESPN. It was a time of introspection. He had to figure out the business end of the business. Just 2 years later, he was back at ESPN hosting First Take, the network's flagship morning program and the #1 sports morning show since 2012. As part of expanding his brand beyond sports and positioning himself for future opportunities, Stephen launched his highly successful podcast, The Stephen A. Smith Show. He's even dabbled in acting. Perhaps you saw his cameo in the 2023 film Creed III. Stephen's mantra is to be mission-minded, such as his unwavering commitment to supporting HBCU students and his passion for children's literacy initiatives. Please welcome to the stage our next giant, Stephen A. Smith.
Good afternoon, everybody. To the LABF and to everybody in attendance here, I can't thank you enough. This is an incredible honor. And it's a surreal moment, to be quite honest with you, because to be let go in 2009, to be mentored and tutored by a fellow honoree, Mr. Mike McVeigh, who obviously has become a very, very dear friend of mine. To be in attendance for all of you being considered a giant, just about 15 years when I felt like anything but. It's hard to put into words. But I will tell you that although I never feel that I'm deserving of something like this, I'm not giving it back. I'm going to hold on to this because this is special. When you talk about giants in this industry, when you talk about giants in broadcasting, particularly in the digital stratosphere that exists in this day and age, let's understand what we mean by giants. It's not just being good or gifted or even excellent at your craft. It's about being committed to making a difference. Sometimes it's about ruffling feathers. Sometimes it's about understanding that the truth is more important than making friends, because you have to be mindful and cognizant of who you're making friends with. What's their objective? What's their agenda? What are they trying to accomplish, and whether or not it's for the betterment of the whole. One of the things that I've prided myself on throughout my career is that I knew that I strived to be as honest, as straightforward, and as fair as I could possibly be. I think about standing up here with you right now, thinking about receiving such a great honor, and it's hard for me to avoid reflecting on how I got here. I got here because I have a sister that's in the audience over there who I love dearly. She is just a part of my soul. My sister Carmen. She's an extension of the greatest woman I've ever known, which is my mama who passed away in 2017. I think about then, and then meeting Mr. McVeigh and how he took me from ashes in my career to where I am now. I think about 2011, when an individual by the name of Dave Roberts, who's an executive VP at ESPN, took it upon himself to make sure he prioritized getting me back to a place where he felt I belonged, and then went about the business of mentoring me and guiding me and imploring me to be the best that I could be. And lo and behold, I'm standing here today. So I thank all of you. I see former executive at ESPN, Trod Keller, in the audience, a good man. Love you. Good to see you, my man. I'm thinking about Jimmy Pitaro, the president of ESPN. I'm thinking about Bob Iger, the CEO of Walt Disney. And I'm thinking about the fact that William Morris Endeavor is all in attendance. They're led by President Mark Shapiro, who was the individual that hired me at ESPN in 2003 when practically no one thought he should. I think about all of those moments, and all I could say is that I'm incredibly grateful. I'm incredibly grateful to my team, Juvie and Sumatra, my lady, Katana, Tierica, the wife of Mr. Dave Roberts, who's one of the most wonderful women I've ever met, and so many other people. And all I'm going to say in closing is this: you don't receive the level of support that I've received unless your heart's in the right place, you're committed to excellence, and you understand what a true giant is. It's not about what you accomplish. It's about the journey and the path you're willing to take to accomplish great things. And when I sit up here and I take that cup and I take it home with me, and I'm recognized as a giant in this industry, it's not going to be accompanied with a swan song for me saying, look at what I accomplished, I've arrived. It's going to be with the mindset that I've achieved this because people expect great things from me, to be committed to making a difference and being all giants are supposed to be. And I promise, when it comes to intent and focus and energy and a level of perseverance that most people aren't willing to see, I promise you that indeed will be me. The mission and the goal won't be to be a giant. It will be to sustain being a giant for the rest of my career. I will not stop. Thank y'all. God bless. Appreciate you. By the way, just breaking protocol, say iHeartRadio as well. They've been wonderful to me. Julie Talbot, you know I love you. It's just that when you got 4 minutes, you don't want to forget. Just want to say.